games, they've got a chance by beating Millard to move on. That could be a pretty sticky game there too. Or they could come in and both of them be out of the playoffs in a meaningless game that still has to be played. So
it gets kind of crazy, but it's kind of fun. And if you understand the playoffs, the interregional play, what do we call it? The crossover games or play-in games. There's 4 regions, and each of them will send 4 teams there. And there'll be 16-team tournament, so there'll be 8 basketball games all in one day at Orem High School on 2 weeks from this Saturday. And the girls will play on Friday, right?
Yes.
And so there'll be 8 games on Friday, 8 games on Saturday. And it's a fun thing, but it's stressful, especially for those coaches and kids, because you lose, no matter if you're first or last, it makes any difference. You lose, you're gone. You're not going to the state tournament. And if you win, you're in the state tournament. And so
that's why it's called the play-in game, because the winners are in, the losers are done.
Yep. And if you like a good day or two of basketball, it's a fun thing to go watch. As a fan, I really enjoyed it, but as a coach, it would have drove me crazy.
Coaches are the ones that wanted it, though.
Yeah, well, it gives you a chance, and it extends the region. The play. It used to be that most everybody went. There was only 1 or 2 teams that didn't make it. And now with the bigger regions, there's a few teams eliminated now. So kind of interesting the way that works. We'll go back to studio for another 3-minute timeout, and then we'll be back with more Snow College pregame.
Millard County residents are accustomed to friendly service, quality grocery items, and convenient prices at Dwayne's Food Town in Fillmore. Dwayne's Food Town prides itself on providing the choicest cuts of meat in their meat department, assuring they offer the freshest produce available, and providing the best value on every grocery item in the store. Stop in and discover for yourself the hometown service and attention that you deserve at Dwayne's Food Town, located at 375 South Main in Fillmore. Proud to support the Eagles this year.
Stevens Feed and Holden serves the surrounding communities in Millard County, as well as farmers in central and southern Utah. They buy and sell alfalfa hay and can haul your hay to wherever it needs to go. You can be assured that you'll get the right price while receiving the service you deserve when buying and selling hay. The entire crew appreciates farmers and ranchers for their business over the years, and they're happy to contribute to the school and community as a sports booster. That's Stevens Feed and Holden, a proud supporter of Millard Athletics.
Miller, Chevron, Subway, and Texaco are happy to support Millard High School. Not only can you stop in for top-quality gasoline and oil products, but you can fill up on snacks, goodies, and drinks. You'll also find their irresistible world-famous fried chicken and potato logs. Miller's can also service your vehicle with mechanical service or a new set of tires. And dine in on delicious and healthy meal selections at Subway. That's Miller, Chevron, Subway, and Texaco on the North I-15 interchange in Fillmore, proud to sponsor the player of the game.
The Fillmore City Mayor and City Council and staff members are excited about the Millard Eagles this sports season. They'd like to congratulate the Millard High School team members, the coaches, faculty, staff, and student body on a great season and wish them the very best in this year's playoff. The entire city fully supports education and athletics in molding the future leaders of our area. Fillmore City would like all involved to know that they're behind them 100%. Happy to be Millard Eagles Sports Booster. Fillmore City, go Eagles!
Kern River Gas Transmission wishes the Millard Eagles good luck this season and reminds everyone that damage from others digging into a pipeline is one of the main causes of pipeline failures. Never guess where a pipeline is located. Whether you're a farmer, rancher, or homeowner, if you plan to dig, call Blue Stakes to make sure all utilities are marked. Call Blue Stakes at 800-662-4111 or the new national 811 number at least 48 hours before digging. Kern River Gas Transmission Company reminds you to call before you dig. It's free. It's the law.
Flowell Electric wants their customers to be safe around electricity. And here's a few tips. First, don't use an electrical appliance around water. Another tip is to call Blue Stakes to have utility lines marked before you dig in your yard. And never damage power company equipment because it causes needless power outages, creates safety hazards, and results in higher power rates. Flowell Electric, a proud supporter of Millard High School.
No more. This pregame show is brought to you by Snow College. Snow College has assembled some of the finest quality, most affordable and flexible offerings in the online education. Visit them at snow.edu/online. You can get information about picking up some classes at home. Save you a little gas money. Well, that's good. JV game, Delta's leading by 6 right now. And there's about 3 minutes left and 3.5 minutes left in that game, approximately. So we just talking a little bit off the air about the wrestling, and you said the region wrestling starts now. Well, it's not region. What do we call it?
Well, it's divisional. It's the divisionals are what's going on right now. And it's Sevier Valley Center. It'll be tonight, already going on, and then all day tomorrow. And it's basically what they're doing is getting seating for the state match next week at the Maverick Center, which used to be the East Center in West Valley City. And the good thing about the divisionals over in Sevier Valley Center is Millard and Delta are opposite each other. They are not in the same bracketing. They alternate that bracketing so that your 1 and your 2 are separate, your 3 and your 4 are separate. So because of, actually, Millard and Delta weren't ranked number 1 and 2 by points.
Really?
No, Beaver and North Sevier, I believe, were. It's points you have coming back, points that were scored by players or wrestlers that are coming back from last year's team. And they take all those points and average up. Of course, Delta, of course, was 3A. So they probably didn't score as many points in 3A. Had they been in 2A, obviously would have been number 1. But because of that, Millard and Delta, I think, were 3rd and 4th. But either way you look at it, they end up opposite, and they're really the teams to beat, Millard and Delta.
Well, Millard and Delta then won't wrestle in these first rounds. It will be state before they'll run into each other.
Yeah, that's when the head-to-heads will start coming, and if everything's right, then the better wrestlers again are going to match up probably in the semifinals or the finals at state between Millard and Delta.
Okay, so kind of keep your ear to the ground on that, and then once that's over the next week, then the basketball playoffs start. So they don't overlap this year. They have other years.
Not this year, no.
So that's kind of good. And just going through Millard and Delta, what they did, like we mentioned, Delta beat Millard in Delta early in the year, or first of the region season, by 8 points. And really had a bigger lead. Then Millard cut it back and had a chance to tie the game late in the game, and Delta made the foul shots at the end and pulled away by 8. So, this game isn't a foregone conclusion just because Millard has that record.
And you mentioned free throws, and this JV game is another just like it, a lot of free throws. But in the game over on the other side, Delta makes, 17 out of 28?
Wow.
And coming down the wire. In fact, I'm trying to think, but the fourth quarter, at one point they had one free throw and or one field goal, and 10 or 12 free throws. It was unbelievable, but that's what got them in. And the Smith kid went to the line time after time after time and just nailed free throws to help him win that ball game and pull it out.
Well, he's a shooter, and you put him at the line, he's going to make you pay most of the time.
And, well, first half he didn't, but the second half he sure did.
Game. We're going to go back to the studio for another 3-minute timeout, and then we'll be back with more Snow College pregame.
When you've been around for over 20 years, there's a certain amount of trust and dependability folks associate with your name. That's the type of respect you'll find at J&K 24-hour diesel service and towing. They serve Central Utah with a 24-hour emergency towing service for your tractor, big rig, and smaller vehicle, a state inspection station, and land-all flatbed service to move your medium or heavy-duty equipment. Stop by either location of J&K 24-hour diesel service and towing in Fillmore, where I-15 and Highway 100 cross, and in Scipio at the I-15 exit at 188.
These buns aren't baking in a factory or at a McDonald's, Burger King, or Wendy's. There's only one place to get them. Introducing Fresh Baked Buns, baked fresh in restaurant. Try them on the Philly Cheesesteak Thick Burger and get a free Snickerdoodle ice cream sandwich when you make it a combo at Carl's Jr.
Roper Lumber in Fillmore is your full-service lumber yard, appliance center, and Ace Hardware store in Millard County. Whether it's a fix-it project, building a shed or addition, or just regular maintenance on the house, the friendly folks at Roper Lumber Ace Hardware are there to help. They also carry a wide selection of Whirlpool appliances, including stainless steel models at incredible prices. For all your hardware and lumber supplies, visit Roper Lumber Ace Hardware, 95 North Main Street in Fillmore.
Zions Bank in Fillmore offers full-service banking and courteous hometown service. You'll also find competitive loan rates and a wide variety of savings plans. Plus, you'll appreciate Zions 24-hour ATM machines so you can pick up cash whenever you need it. You'll get small-town customer service from a bank with a statewide network of branches and local decision-making. Zions Bank in Fillmore. We haven't forgotten who keeps us in business. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender, and a proud supporter of Millard High School.
The Fairview Telephone Company was founded in 1903 to bring telephone service to small communities in central Utah when no one else would. That small phone company is now Centricom, and our vision hasn't changed. We want rural central Utah to have the very best options for high-speed internet, cable TV, and home phone. Why? Because we live here too. Centricom, your local telecommunications company.
Legendary NBA coach Phil Jackson once said, "Yes, victory is sweet, but it doesn't necessarily make life any easier the next season or even the next day." We applaud our student athletes for their hard work and determination on the court and in the classroom. Make your kids' education a priority. Find out what you can do. Brought to you by Sunrise Engineering, promoting excellence in sports and promoting excellence in education. Visit us at sunrise-eng.com.
Millard Eagles boys basketball game. Just going through the region scores for the Delta Rabbits, kind of interesting because they beat Beaver at home by 8, which was, everybody didn't really expect that because Beaver was playing really well in the preseason. And then Parowan handed Delta the worst loss in the region as they beat them 15. And then they defeated Millard by 8, and then played Kanab, a 2-point game. But they won it, but it was, a 2-point game. And then played Enterprise, and Delta lost by 12. Then they played Beaver again and won that game by 2. I assume that one was probably down at Beaver. And then Parowan beat Delta by 3, and so that's what they've done so far in the region. And so they're having troubles with the really good teams for the most part too, and that's Enterprise and Parowan. And Enterprise and Parowan's kind of risen to the top in the league.
Well, yeah, they're very athletic teams, and they are tough.
And I won't go through the scores for the Millard Eagles. Needless to say, they're 0-7, and so, but a lot of them's been close, and they've been kind of in the battle. And it seems like a lot of the games Millard's in it, but a bad quarter seems to cost them a lot of these games.
It's been that case every single game so far, and you're right. They middle of the year in particularly, Millard climbed right into things. They were in the middle of those games, and they were there on those games, and a missed shot for a win, a comeback that stalls out, but they were there.
Right.
But the last 3 games, not so much. Yeah, of course, we'll see what happens tonight, but the last 3 games have not been good games at all. But again, it's been one quarter. Then the other 3 they've played even.
Yeah.
But they've dug themselves that hole in that one quarter, whichever quarter it is, generally the second. And then they struggle from that point on.
Well, I've seen a difference in the team's defenses against Millard in the last 3 games too, and that is they've gone from single coverage on Robinson to double coverage on Robinson, and in the last 3 games there's been triple coverage on him. If he gets the ball, there's 3 guys collapsing on him. They're just daring everybody else to do anything.
Yeah, this is like we've talked about. Stop Robinson.
Yeah.
Let the others do what they want to do, and if they happen to score some points, then we'll deal with it. But so far, nothing to worry about.
Yeah, there's nothing been outstanding that's going to cost them a game. So they know the rules. And the situation with Robinson has been one thing that was fun for me to watch early in the year is he was scoring a lot of points, but he was also involving his teammates and getting the ball to them, and they were getting easy, good shots. And, but lately they're just saying he's not touching the ball. He can't pass it to his teammates, and he can't score if he doesn't touch it. We're going to put 2 and 3 guys on him and keep him from touching it. And it's been pretty effective, to be honest with you.
Well, that and the sense of maybe doom for the Millard Eagles is kind of taking them right out of it.
Yeah, they can kind of feel like the playoffs are quickly slipping away, and it's kind of a tough situation for them. We're going to go back to studio for another 3-minute timeout, and then this JV game should be over as Delta's leading by 10, and we'll probably talk a little bit about this starting of the varsity game. So we'll be back in 3 minutes.
When I was thinking about going back to school, I got pretty nervous, just knowing I had a young family and money was tight for us. As a mother, online courses were perfect for my busy schedule. One of the things that was huge for me was how affordable this program was. Without the online courses, I know I wouldn't be able to finish school or transfer to a major university. I will always be grateful for Snow College in helping me reach my goals and helping me set the pathway for my future.
The type of medical care you receive shouldn't depend on where you live. People in rural towns should receive high-quality medicine just like those in big cities. Delta Community Medical Center and Fillmore Community Medical Center both provide the same quality care and advanced technology you'd receive if you drove to the city. What they do well. Intermountain's Fillmore Community Medical Center and Delta Community Medical Center. Healing for life.
At Farmers, we make you smarter about insurance because what you don't know can hurt you. What if you didn't know that it's smart to replace washing machine hoses every 5 years? And what if you didn't know that teen drivers are 4 times more likely to get into an accident? The more you know, the better you can plan for what's ahead. Talk to Farmers and get smarter about your insurance.
We are Farmers. Visit local agent Josh Cranny at 15 South Main in Fillmore, 743-5358. 303 East Main in Delta, call 864-4898.
The Millard County Credit Union offices in Fillmore and Delta want to thank you for your business over the years. Not only will you find amazingly low interest rates, automobile and RV loans, checking, Visa accounts, bill pay, and debit cards, but banking is easier with their e-teller home banking service. Just log on to www.millardccu.com, sign up for their e-teller services, and conveniently manage all your credit union accounts from home. That's the Millard County Credit Union in Delta and Fillmore.
Fall's a great time to turn to Fillmore Shelf Feed and Farm Supply, your local IFA dealer in Fillmore. Ladies, spring bulbs have arrived. That's right, get your daffodils, crocus, and your other spring bulbs today. Fellas, get your hunting boots and all the orange accessories to keep you safe and secure from the huge hunting inventory at Fillmore Shelf Feed and Farm Supply, your local IFA dealer and spring bulb and hunting headquarters in Fillmore.
Stop in today and experience Service First at Service Drug in Delta and Fillmore. Service Drug is not only your full-service pharmacy, but offers a wide range of books, home decor items, greeting cards, KitchenAid appliances, and so much more. Service Drug is open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. and also on Saturdays for your convenience. Come see the courteous staff at Service Drug, 215 West Main in Delta and 40 North Main in Fillmore. Experience Service First at Service Drug in Delta and Fillmore.
You want a quality education? How's this? Welcome back. Snow College pregame show, and the varsity teams are on the floor. Delta defeated the Millard JV, and I didn't get the final score, but it was about 10 points. And
75-63, I believe.
Okay, 12 points. There you go. It was a close game with about 4 or 5 minutes to go, and then Millard kind of got in the rush mode and couldn't miss some easy shots, to be honest with you, and Delta made theirs, and then they started making foul shots, so they just pulled away. Varsity game, as we mentioned, might be a little different. I think height-wise it's kind of interesting. If you just look at the height of Delta, you'd say, well, they're not too tall because their bigger players are like 6'1", and but their quickness and ability to get around the floor makes it, they're quite athletic, and it makes up a little bit for that height.
Well, they're all interchangeable too. They don't have the classic post-up player, but they can all play the post. They don't have, the classic positional players. They'll play 5 out, they'll play 4 out, and rotate the post. But again, it works off of Smith. And when you go zone against them, and they'll stand out there at the three-point line, they'll run a runner across the free throw line, and they'll try to go to him, kick to the other side for the wide open 3 on the back side. But they're all interchangeable. The Fowles boys, they're all about 6'2", and play hard in all positions. The only one that probably is predictable would be Smith at that point guard. Everybody else plays every position on the floor.
And that's interesting because if you don't have the big center, you need to be interchangeable. But defensively, if you play man-to-man, you're guarding them all over the floor. If you get in the zone, it really allows them to use that shooting skills that they have outside. So they're a formidable team just because of what they can do.
The other player I keep forgetting, I know it's 32, but I keep forgetting the name because I misquote him with the the Enterprise kid that's also number 32, but it's the same
Day.
situation. Saxon Day, number 32, and he's the same kind of player as the kid from Enterprise in that he's the one that picks up the slack. He'll probably start on Robinson man to man, but he's the hard worker underneath. Just do whatever you need to get things done. He's always roaming that baseline, so when somebody gets in trouble, they look for him on that baseline, pop him the ball, put some nice little shots 10 foot in. And there he sits, and he does a wonderful job for him down inside. So they're tough, and Coach Smith is doing a great job with the talent that he has, maximizing what he has and where he can play him.
Sometimes it's kind of fun to have that kind of a team because anybody can do anything, and it opens the game. And if they spread the floor on you and use those athletic skills, it can be tough on you.
Yeah.
So Millard, as we mentioned, we'll go through the big guy, and he can score. If he gets a chance, he can score on two guys pretty successfully most of the time, even if he has two guys guarding him. I've watched him, and he's really good at splitting the two-time, faking one way, going the other way. He has lots of spin moves. He can drop and fall away, and he just has a fine touch around the basket. It's hard to stop him sometimes even with two guys. If he gets the ball underneath the basket or near close to the basket, he's tough.
Yeah, I think the thing that's frustrated him a little bit lately is his outside shooting has seemed to fail him a little bit lately, and again, you don't know if that's tired, emotionally tired, frustrated, or if he's just a bit of a lull, and all those things lead to a lull. But that has escaped him a little bit lately, and he's had to go more down in the post and shoot the free throw. And he has not been as accurate from the three-point line and the deep twos that he's been shooting so well for the season.
In the game last week, first half, he looked tired. He was breathing hard. It didn't seem like he was doing much. I asked him after the game, I said, were you a little tired? He said, no, I felt fine. And I said, you didn't have the pizzazz you normally have. And he said, well, I've had a little cold, but it didn't seem like it bothered me much. He said, I just couldn't get going,
Well, he might have felt fine, and he might not have thought this.
Yeah.
But there was something definitely different about him. Last game, and just that, like you say, that bit of a spark that just, he was struggling to do the things that he normally does. Naturally, so.
And his shot was short all the time, and he usually gets that outside shot. He's deadly. If you give him a good look, even a half a good look, he's going to put most of those in, and he couldn't make hardly any of them the first half. Got going a little bit there. We're just about 10 minutes away from game time, so we're going to go back to the studio for another 3-minute timeout, and then we'll be back with some more Snow College pregame.
Millard County residents are accustomed to friendly service, quality grocery items, and convenient prices at Dwayne's Food Town in Fillmore. Dwayne's Food Town prides itself on providing the choicest cuts of meat in their meat department, assuring they offer the freshest produce available, and providing the best value on every grocery item in the store. Stop in and discover for yourself the hometown service and attention that you deserve at Dwayne's Food Town, located at 375 South Main in Fillmore. Proud to support the Eagles this year.
Stevens Feed and Holden serves the surrounding communities in Millard County as well as farmers in central and southern Utah. They buy and sell alfalfa hay and can haul your hay to wherever it needs to go. You can be assured that you'll get the right price while receiving the service you deserve when buying and selling hay. The entire crew appreciates farmers and ranchers for their business over the years, and they're happy to contribute to the school and community as a sports booster. That's Stevens Feed and Holden, a proud supporter of Millard Athletics.
Miller's, Chevron, Subway, and Texaco are happy to support Millard High School. Not only can you stop in for top-quality gasoline and oil products, but you can fill up on snacks, goodies, and drinks. You'll also find their irresistible, world-famous fried chicken and potato logs. Miller's can also service your vehicle with mechanical service or a new set of tires. And dine in on delicious and healthy meal selections at Subway. That's Miller's, Chevron, Subway, and Texaco on the North I-15 interchange in Fillmore, proud to sponsor the player of the game.
The Fillmore City Mayor and City Council and staff members are excited about the Millard Eagles this sports season. They'd like to congratulate the Millard High School team members, the coaches, faculty, staff, and student body on a great season and wish them the very best in this year's playoff. The entire city fully supports education and athletics in molding the future leaders of our area. Fillmore City would like all involved to know that they're behind them 100%. Happy to be Millard Eagles Sports Booster. Fillmore City, go Eagles!
Kern River Gas Transmission wishes the Millard Eagles good luck this season and reminds everyone that damage from others digging into a pipeline is one of the main causes of pipeline failures. Never guess where a pipeline is located. Whether you're a farmer, rancher, or homeowner, if you plan to dig, call Blue Stakes to make sure all utilities are marked. Call Blue Stakes at 800-662-4111 or the new national 811 number at least 48 hours before digging. Kern River Gas Transmission Company reminds you to call before you dig. It's free. It's the law.
Flowell Electric wants their customers to be safe around electricity. And here's a few tips. First, don't use an electrical appliance around water. Another tip is to call Blue Stakes to have utility lines marked before you dig in your yard. And never damage power company equipment because it causes needless power outages, creates safety hazards, and results in higher power rates. Flowell Electric, a proud supporter of Millard High School.
We'd be in the middle of the first quarter, the end of the first quarter. The JV game was in a foul shot shooting marathon and finally got it over with. So now we're just about 6 minutes away from game time here in the varsity game. And, you know, just kind of fun. That's what basketball's about. It's the unexpected, and that's what we got tonight. So you mentioned earlier that in the game over at Delta that the young kids started to bring Millard back after being down a ways, you know, so the young guards.
Well, they put in Kevin Mao and Jesse Robinson, and it wasn't so much that, you know, they themselves brought it back. It's that they began to force turnovers. They just were quick enough that Smith wasn't quite prepared for them, and it caused him a little bit of difficulty bringing the ball up and starting the offense, and they actually got a few turnovers out of Smith for that period of time, and then on the offensive end, rushing the ball up the floor and getting the other players in, Robinson and the other players. Well, Robinson basically and Rowley. I think there was only 4 players that scored in the whole game, and Robinson and Rowley had all but 3 of the points. So
wow.
But it brought that spark defensively, and then Smith kind of figured it out. And even there, not so much that he figured it out, but they had to start fouling.
Right.
And he made just free throw after free throw after free throw. It's kind of like, couldn't you try somebody else?
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to foul the same guy every time. But who else is there to foul when he's the man with the ball 90% of the time in that situation? And so, you know, but they did give them the spark. Now, I'm sure that Smith and Coach Smith have anticipated something similar and are probably, in their mind at least, ready for that. So, you know, Miller's going to have to try something like that. But first thing is don't get in the hole you've been in.
Right, exactly. You know, Millard starts 2 sophomores, and they play a lot of younger players, and the future kind of looks bright for them if they can keep developing these players and bring them along. Millard has a lot of seniors on the team, but not all of them have a lot of playing time, so it's kind of been a junior and 2 sophomores and 3 of the starters all year long.
That's right. Yep.
And Robinson's going to be gone.
Call has been starting on the guard line to bring the ball up the court. Right. Has done a nice job with that most of the time. So those are the 2 that are getting the majority of the minutes. Then Jaden Stevens has been coming off the bench for some big minutes off the bench. Although the last game he did not get that many minutes. But other than that, the seniors aren't getting much time at all. It's these younger players coming off the bench to help them out.
So, and it's hard for these young kids to adapt to the varsity level, especially when they come from 9th grade and they're all of a sudden on the varsity level. It takes a little time. It's just a little harder for them. So we expect some things, and maybe we'll see some of those kids pick it up a little and add to this. Tonight is a big game, so some of them kind of psychologically get involved. We're going to go back to studio for another 3-minute timeout, and then we'll be back ready to start this ball game.
When you've been around for over 20 years, there's a certain amount of trust and dependability folks associate with your name. That's the type of respect you'll find at J&K 24-hour diesel service and towing. They serve Central Utah with a 24-hour emergency towing service for your tractor, big rig, and smaller vehicle, a state inspection station, and land-all flatbed service to move your medium or heavy-duty equipment. Stop by either location of J&K 24-hour diesel service and towing. In Fillmore, we're I-15 at Highway 100 cross, and in Scipio at the I-15 exit at 188.
These buns aren't baking in a factory or at a McDonald's, Burger King, or Wendy's. There's only one place to get them. Introducing fresh baked buns, baked fresh in restaurant. Try them on the Philly cheesesteak thick burger and get a free Snickerdoodle ice cream sandwich when you make it a combo at Carl's Jr.
Roper Lumber in Fillmore is your full-service lumber yard, appliance center, and Ace Hardware store in Millard County. Whether it's a fix-it project, building a shed or addition, or just regular maintenance on the house, the friendly folks at Roper Lumber Ace Hardware are there to help. They also carry a wide selection of Whirlpool appliances, including stainless steel models at incredible prices. For all your hardware and lumber supplies, visit Roper Lumber Ace Hardware, 95 North Main Street in Fillmore.
Zions Bank in Fillmore offers full-service banking and courteous hometown service. You'll also find competitive loan rates and a wide variety of savings plans. Plus, you'll appreciate Zions 24-hour ATM machines, so you can pick up cash whenever you need it. You'll get small-town customer service from a bank with a statewide network of branches and local decision-making. Zions Bank in Fillmore. We haven't forgotten who keeps us in business. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender, and a proud supporter of Millard High School.
The Fairview Telephone Company was founded in 1903 to bring telephone service to small communities in central Utah when no one else would. That small phone company is now Centricom, and our vision hasn't changed. We want rural central Utah to have the very best options for high-speed internet, cable TV, and home phone. Why? Because we live here too. Centricom, your local telecommunications company.
Legendary NBA coach Phil Jackson once said, yes, victory is sweet, but it doesn't necessarily make life any easier the next season or even the next day. We applaud our student athletes for their hard work and determination on the court and in the classroom. Make your kids' education a priority. Find out what you can do. Brought to you by Sunrise Engineering, promoting excellence in sports and promoting excellence in education. Visit us at sunrise-eng.com.
Eyes at each other. He's telling them, the official's saying, you're out of here if I even look at you funny.
And I've warned them that they better do a good job or they're going to be splattered all over the TV and the radio.
Yeah, so. Well, we appreciate you coming back, and now that you're back, we're going to do the national anthem, so we're going to go back to the studio for another minute and a half timeout.
The type of medical care you receive shouldn't depend on where you live. People in rural towns should receive high-quality medicine just like those in big cities. Delta Community Medical Center and Fillmore Community Medical Center both provide the same quality care and advanced technology you'd receive if you drove to the city. What they do well. Intermountain's Fillmore Community Medical Center and Delta Community Medical Center. Healing for life.
At Farmers, we make you smarter about insurance because what you don't know can hurt you. What if you didn't know that it's smart to replace washing machine hoses every 5 years? And what if you didn't know that teen drivers are 4 times more likely to get into an accident? The more you know, the better you can plan for what's ahead. Talk to Farmers and get smarter about your insurance.
We are Farmers. Visit local agent Josh Cranny at 15 South Main in Fillmore, 743-5358. 303 East Main in Delta, call 864-4898.
The Millard County Credit Union offices in Fillmore and Delta want to thank you for your business over the years. Not only will you find amazingly low interest rates, automobile and RV loans, checking, Visa accounts, bill pay, and debit cards, but banking is easier with their e-teller home banking service. Just log on to www.millardccu.com, sign up for their e-teller services, and conveniently manage all your credit union accounts from home. That's the Millard County Credit Union in Delta and Fillmore.
Fall's a great time to turn to Fillmore Shelf Feed and Farm Supply, your local IFA dealer in Fillmore. Ladies, Spring bulbs have arrived. That's right, get your daffodils, crocus, and your other spring bulbs today. Fellas, get your hunting boots and all the orange accessories to keep you safe and secure from the huge hunting inventory at Fillmore Shell Feed and Farm Supply, your local IFA dealer and spring bulb and hunting headquarters in Fillmore.
Welcome back. We're here in Fillmore, Utah, in preparation for the start of the Millard Eagles and the Delta Rapids boys basketball game, and they're kind of crosstown rivals, and this could be an entertaining game. Starting for the Delta Rapids, and they're going to announce them right now.
Number 12, Logan Smith.
Number 12 will be
Smith, although he's
number 3. That's more like it. Logan Smith, senior, averages 17 points a game, 5'11". Number 20, Carson Brunson, averages 11 points a game, 5'10". Number 21, Jaron Fowles, averages 11 point a game, 6'1". Number 22, Caden Fowles, averages 5 points a game, the junior. And Saxon Day, number 32, senior, averages 4 points a game.
Same starting five that they've used. They've been pretty consistent with that. Good production, good team chemistry.
Starting for the Millard Eagles will be the junior, 6'1", Austin Wardle, averages 3 points a game. Number 23, which would be Kyler Rowley, 6'2", sophomore. He averages 5 points a game, but have been given about 10 lately. Eric Alcala, senior, averages 3 points a game. He'll be the point guard on the offense. Number 34, Garrison Beckstrand, a sophomore, averages 5 points a game. Really been a pretty good shooter here in the year, but struggled lately. And then the big man in the middle, number 20, for the Millard Eagles, 6'5", Jeffrey Robinson, averages 23 points a game. So that's pretty much the starters, and we're ready to play now, finally.
Well, again, the same matchup that they had over there, and it's imperative that Millard not only get out to a good start, but hold off that second quarter nonsense.
Yeah, because it seems second quarter's been like, oh, man, where did we go? They disappear. Jumping at center will be number 32, which would be Day, and Jeffrey Robinson. Jeffrey's quite a bit taller, so you'd think he might be able to get the tip, maybe.
Not necessarily. Saxon Day can get up off the ground.
And Millard got the tip, but it went to Delta, and they have a layup, and it's blocked by Robinson on the layup from behind, but picked up by Day, and he puts it back in as he gets the rebound.
And that's his niche, is just whatever needs to happen, he'll do it.
So Millard with the basketball. Alcala has it out front. Goes to the left side. That would be to Wardle. He can penetrate, goes all the way down the middle, has a layup, but can't get it to go, but Robinson gets the rebound. He goes up. He can't get it. A battle for the rebound. He gets it again. We got a foul. Nope. Yep, a foul.
They're going to call something.
He was mugged about 4 times before they finally decided to call one of them.
Got number 21, Fowles.
So that would be Jaron Fowles, first personal. And Millard inbounds the ball. Alcala standing in the corner all alone, so he shoots. It's an air ball, but Robinson gets the rebound. He dribbles around his man, lays it up, and scores.
That's a little spark that we didn't see last week.
Right.
Robinson is playing much harder. He may not notice it, but it's noticeable.
Yeah, you can see he's got a little more energy and a little more pizzazz in him today. Miller's showing a zone, aren't they?
It's a 1-3-1 zone is what they're setting up in, and Smith's smart enough to try and rotate the offense to attack the zone.
They get it down inside, and then a pass cross court and lay in by Jaron Fowles, and Delta has the lead at 4-2 with 6:50 here remaining in the first period of play. Millard gets the ball. They try to get it into Rowley. It's knocked away from Rowley out of bounds. It'll be Millard basketball underneath their own basket.
On the other side, Delta is employing a man-to-man, tough man-to-man defense all over the floor. Yeah, so contrasting styles. But that's the way Millard opened up at Delta, was the zone until Delta shot him out of it.
Now there's a good sign. Garrison Beckstrand is out in the corner, and he'd back off, and he drains a 3.
Well, again, that's what teams are doing, is backing off of everybody but Robinson. If he'll make him pay, that'll pay dividends for everybody else on the floor, especially Robinson.
Yep. So Delta turns the ball over as they try to throw it over the top of the Millard defense and throw it a little too far. Millard gets the ball back. Garrison Beckstrand will bring the ball up, and he throws it to Alcala. Come close to traveling. So Alcala kind of faked him out.
McCullough comes to the point with the ball, calls for a play. Can't get what he wants. They give it to Robinson, gets it on the rebound and the deflection, and he turns and shoots, and he scores. Well, Robinson's got 4 points in the game, and Millard leads 7-4 over the Rabbits with 6 minutes remaining in the first period of play.
And after Beckstrand hit that last three-pointer last time down, when they came down, Coach Smith was all over Caden fouls, and he was right in Beckstrand's jersey that time.
Long outside shot by Smith, and he drains the three to tie the ball game. So Logan Smith, you can't back off from him.
Well, he's one of the ones that shot him out of the zone in Delta. Same thing, left him alone, he shot him right out of the zone.
Well, it's pick and roll, and a nice pass inside, but just a hair hard. Robinson couldn't control it. He tracked it down in the corner, gets it back out. Three-point shot by Beckstrand, and he hits another one. And that's something Millard's needed for quite a while, and he has 6 points.
We haven't seen that for over a month. So that's a great sign.
That's a positive for the Millard Eagles. 10-7. Millard in the lead. Delta with the ball, working it around the perimeter. Shot faked in the corner. Come back to Smith at the wing. He shoots a three, and he drains it. Well, Logan Smith has 6 on three-pointers himself, and the game's tied at 10 with 5 minutes to go in the first period of play.
Smith is very intelligent there in that 1-3-1 zone that Millard's running. He's finding the crease and setting down in the crease and waiting for the ball to come to him through the offense, and it's leaving him a chance to shoot the basketball in good spots.
He gets in that guard position off of out of where the point guard isn't there. Millard just about threw it away. Robinson went out and recovered it. They back off, so he shoots a three, and it's no good. Delta gets the rebound. That would be fouls with the basketball. Caden. Smith brings the ball up, takes the ball to the very right side to force that zone, very right, and then they can throw it all the way across, and they did. They got a three-point shot out of the baseline, no good, and Austin Wardle gets the rebound. He takes the ball himself to the front end of the court. Coming from behind is Smith. He knocks it away, but he's going to be called for a personal.
I'm looking at
the Delta announcers were right beside us, and they're going crazy over it.
Yeah.
It's all right. It was a good call.
And, you got away with that shot with Brunson, but they better not leave him open out there very much because he will get deadly on him if they leave him out there very long.
Exactly.
That's his spot, is in that corner.
Got the ball down to Wardle in the corner. He triples around his man, can't get anything, so he has to kick it back outside, and the pass is thrown too high and intercepted by Delta, and it's going to be an easy layup at the other end for Carson Brunson.
Anticipated the pass and took it. 12. You can't throw a lazy pass on this group from Delta.
Nope, they're all active. 12-10, Delta with the lead. Millard with the basketball with just little under 4 minutes to play in this first period of play. Robinson gets the ball at the foul line, turns, shoots. Nice shooter's touch, and it rolls in to tie the ball game again. Robinson has 6, and the game's tied at 12. Smith again goes to the right side of the floor to force that 1-3-1 to the one side of the floor, and then they look to get it back. They took it to the corner on the same side this time. Now to the foul line, wide open for a shot, no good. Delta Rabbits, that would have been Jaron fouls, and Millard gets the rebound. Robinson does a fake, lays it off, a nice pass inside and a layup to Rowley, and Rowley can thank that with the Robinson, and Millard now back ahead at 14-12.
Well, that was a great pass, but quite frankly, you wonder how Rowley had his senses to be on that short of a pass
and
coming out of that position to be able to catch that ball.
So fouls to Smith outside. Miller's still getting the zone. They throw the ball inside. Couldn't be controlled, so Delta kicks it back outside and resets the offense. They tried a long cross pass. Smith be able to recover it, goes to the hoop, won't go down for him, and Rowley gets the rebound. Alcala brings the ball to the front court. Gives it to Beckstrand, down to Austin Wardle, and he lob it inside to Robinson, and he's going to be fouled. I think this one's going to go on Caden fouls.
Well, we'll see. No, they're going to go 32 on Day. They had both of them in the air. Good lob pass and good anticipation by Robinson. He had both Day and fouls in the air and waited for him, then tried to go up through it.
Well, Jeffrey Robinson goes to the foul line. First one's too hard. No good.
Hunter fouls in for Caden fouls.
If I said fouls, I've got 3/5 chance of being right.
And there are times when all three of them will be on the court.
And the second one is good. Millard has a 3-point lead at 15-12 with 2.5 minutes to go in the first period of play. Again, Smith just takes the ball wide to the right side of the floor to force the zone to the right side of the floor. They don't have the guy left this time. Throw the ball down to the corner. Shot goes up by Day, goes in, comes back out. I thought he had it, wouldn't stay. Alcala gets the ball off the rebound from Rowley. And Smith steals the ball, and we have...
It's a kicking violation. Against Smith.
Okay, I can tell what it was. This will stop the play. Millard has the ball in the backcourt. Coach is calling for something with 2 fingers up and a circle in his fingers.
Looked like a hook 'em horns to me.
Yeah, it kind of did. Millard tried to throw it away. As they threw it back to Alcala, and he wasn't watching. Wardle come over and recovered it. Beckstrand gets the ball on a pass and running the baseline. He gets it off to Robinson. Robinson makes a nice move. Can't get it to go and rebounded by Fowles. That would be Jaron. And again, Smith brings the ball out front.
Millard
now he's going to go the opposite side of the floor. Try something different, huh?
But again, by rotating it, what it does is it gives you that cross-court pass, but it also exaggerates or accentuates the gaps that are in that defense. Ball comes back to him right there. He's wide open.
Yeah, Smith's playing smart because he's getting in that gap, and he hits his 3rd three-pointer of the game. He has 9 points, and the game's tied at 15 with a minute 18 to go. Beckstrand, he's got man in his face. They drop off Robinson. He shoots a 3, and he drains it. So Jeffrey Robinson, they back off.
Maybe we got to strip everybody off of this thing and let Robinson and Smith go one-on-one.
That's kind of the way it's working out, isn't it? Smith brings the ball to the left side of the floor, spreads it out, goes to the baseline, back to Smith. Inside it goes to Jaron Fowles, and we have a kicking violation on the Eagles this time. Get the inbound pass shot up quickly off about a 10-footer out, no good. Tipped up once. Finally, Rowley just goes over the back of the Delta player, which would be Day, and just took it away from him.
Again, Saxon Day down low. He's not the biggest kid, but he's battling. Had 2 good tips and looks at that thing.
Yep. Millard with the basketball, just working it around the perimeter.
And they don't need to be in a hurry here.
Austin Wardle beats his man, makes a nice fake move and scores. Now that's something Austin could do if he would do that. He'd come under, could balance, got stopped, got the player in the air, just stepped around him and put it in.
And I like Millard's patience. They're not panicking at this point. They're staying patient in their offense and in their defense. Even though Smith's made some points, they've stayed patient with it, and they've stayed with it.
Like Della's going for the last shot. We're down to 5 seconds. Smith way outside with the basketball. Going to be a penetrating move and a shot by Day off the foul line, no good, and that'll end the first period of play with the Millard Eagles 20, the Delta Rabbits 15. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Millard County residents are accustomed to friendly service, quality grocery items, and convenient prices at Dwayne's Food Town in Fillmore. Dwayne's Food Town prides itself on providing the choicest cuts of meat in their meat department, assuring they offer the freshest produce available, and providing the best value on every grocery item in the store. Stop in and discover for yourself the hometown service and attention that you deserve at Dwayne's Food Town, located at 375 South Main in Fillmore. Proud to support the Eagles this year.
Stevens Feed and Holden serves the surrounding communities in Millard County as well as farmers in central and southern Utah. They buy and sell alfalfa hay and can haul your hay to wherever it needs to go. You can be assured that you'll get the right price while receiving the service you deserve when buying and selling hay. The entire crew appreciates farmers and ranchers for their business over the years, and they're happy to contribute to the school and community as a sports booster. That's Stevens Feed and Holden, a proud supporter of Millard Athletics.
Live play-by-play coverage of local high school sports.
Welcome back to the home of the Eagles. The Millard Eagles leading the Delta Rabbits at the end of the first period by a score of 20-15. Millard will have the ball on the alternate possession. Alcala brings the ball up again to the point position. Robinson is looking for the ball at the foul line, but they got a couple guys on him now. They're kind of real active with him, aren't they?
Well, they're switching high and low. If wherever he's going, they're making sure he's covered.
He's still got single coverage. They try to, Alcala penetrates, tries to kick it off to Robinson, but Delta knocks it out of bounds.
Well, Millard's trying to set some backs picks and stuff to get him loose, either low block or up to the high post, but they're just switching, so no matter where he goes, the nearest guy's all over him. Delta is in his zone, but it's more of a matchup.
Robinson has a shot from the wing and shoots a three-pointer, no good, and rebounded by Jaron Fowles. Smith comes the other end, kicks the ball to the corner. Can't get what he wants, so he dribbles it back out front. Miller's still in that zone, but it's stretched out a little bit. They're way out on the perimeter with it.
Well, Smith's forcing that with his shooting.
Millard steals the basketball as they try to force it inside. Rowley ended up with the tip ball in his hands, and Millard will come down the other end. Beckstrand set up for three, throws a bad cross pass, and it's stolen. And Fowles will take it to the hoop. That would be Carson Fowles, and he scores two.
No, it's Carson Brunson.
Pardon me.
That's the second time he's anticipated the pass and gone to the other end.
He's got 4 points, and they're both on steals for layups.
Yep.
20-17 is the score in the second period with 6:45 to go. Millard with the basketball. Put the ball into Rowley on the lob pass, and he has no help from backside. Rowley scores an easy one.
Good recognition by Robinson. Good lob, good catch, and put in by Rowley. 22. See, when Robinson's down in there, they're not going backside empty. They're doubling front and back.
Yeah, they're a little more aware of Robinson than they are Rowley. They may wake up. Smith again, opening for three, and he buries another one. So Logan Smith has 4 3-pointers, and all probably from that same spot on the floor, just right on that guard position on the left side.
Well, in that gap, in the 1-3-1, that gap we've been talking about. And I think Miller's going to have to adapt in keeping someone close to him and taking their chances with some of the other players, just like Delta's doing with Robinson.
Exactly. You might want to go box and one or something. They get Beckstrand penetrates, drops back, does a step back jumper, and he scores. Well, that's a positive for Millard. Garrison Beckstrand's got 8 points so far in the first half. Millard in the lead, 24-20. Delta with the basketball. Long cross-court pass from Smith.
Now Wardle needs to stay right there with him.
Yep, they need to not give it up. Long outside shot, no good, but rebounded underneath and laid back in by Day, and that's what you talked about. He's the position player. He just does the dirty work.
He's always sneaking on that baseline, so he's always there. Badly shot.
Yeah.
Missed everything, and he's there for the garbage.
Wardle drives inside, lays it off, a nice pass inside. Robinson gets a layup.
Again, no panic. Wait for it to develop. Good job.
Millard with a 4-point lead with 5 minutes to go in this second period of play. Ball goes to the corner. The shot up from the corner, and it is good as Brunson hits. Is that a three, Coach?
Yep.
So it's a 1-point game at 25-26. They get it into Robinson underneath. He makes a nice move inside, lays it off to Alcala. Alcala shoots. Oh, he throws it over everything. He was too wide open. It scared him. And Delta calls a timeout. So with the timeout on the floor and Millard leading 25-26, we'll be back in 1 minute.
Miller, Chevron, Subway, and Texaco are happy to support Millard High School. Not only can you stop in for top-quality gasoline and oil products, but you can fill up on snacks, goodies, and drinks. You'll also find their irresistible world-famous fried chicken and potato logs. Miller's can also service your vehicle with mechanical service or a new set of tires. And dine in on delicious and healthy meal selections at Subway. That's Miller, Chevron, Subway, and Texaco on the North I-15 interchange in Fillmore, proud to sponsor the player of the game.
The Fillmore City Mayor and City Council and staff members are excited about the Millard Eagles this sports season. They'd like to congratulate the Millard High School team members, the coaches, faculty, staff, and student body on a great season and wish them the very best in this year's playoff. The entire city fully supports education and athletics in molding the future leaders of our area. Fillmore City would like all involved to know that they're behind them 100%. Happy to be Millard Eagles Sports Booster. Fillmore City, go Eagles.
Sports leader, JFGR.
Welcome back. 26 for the Millard Eagles, 25 for the Delta Rabbits, 4:39 remaining in the first half of play, and the Rabbits have the basketball. Smith brings the ball. He's going to take the defense to the left side this time, and he gets way wide again to spread that zone out. They can't just drop off of Smith. He gives it up, and then he'll rotate through to the offside. They kick it over to him on the offside, throws it down underneath to Day. Day covered there by Rowley. He can't get what he wants, so he picks up his dribble, throws it back out. Long pass across court. That would be Carson Brunson. And as he loses the basketball, Millard picks it up. Beckstrand has the basketball. Three-pointer from Wardle. No good. Rebounded in the corner by Delta. And knocked out of bounds as the pass went inside. And Millard knocked it out, and it'll be Delta basketball underneath their own basket. Carson Beckstrand was the man with the active hands that time, just about made a steal. Now they're changing things up. They're going to a 1-3-1 front of their own. with Brunson out front. And then they run Brunson through to the corner and throw the pass offside to Smith. Back to the two-pointer, long shot, no good by Fowles and rebounded by Robinson.
Well, they changed the look a little bit offensively, but it still worked the same way after the first pass. They're getting into those seams and finding those spots where they like to shoot from.
Cross-court pass. Wardle has the basketball, throws it back to Alcala. Get it inside to Rowley. Rowley is inside, but it's blocked from behind him, and he's fouled. I don't think Fowles agreed with that.
Well, it's Saxon Day that's going to be called for it, and it was kind of a flat entry pass.
Yeah, I don't know how he got
from
over
the point. You usually don't throw that kind on that lob, but it was successful, and Rowley did a good job of holding the defender off and then getting the pass.
Rowley misses the first one as he hits it a little long.
Now they're going to tax you. They're going deeper to their bench. That's Austin Chappell coming into the game for Brunson.
Second shot by Rowley is good. That number's Chappell.
He's number 12.
12, okay. And the ball goes to the right side of the floor with Smith down to the corner, throws it across to Chappell at the top of the key. Back to Smith on the right-hand side, down to Fowles at the top of the key. Fowles goes outside, he shoots from the three-pointer, no good, rebounded by Rowley. That was a pretty good rebound, that was a good effort.
Rowley's doing a great job on the defensive board, no question. He's having a good game on the defensive board.
Get it to Rowley underneath, he has the shot blocked, and Delta gets the rebound. He threw it up quick and didn't really get his height, and the Delta player saw it coming.
A little bit too quick.
Wanted to get it off where they reacted, but they saw it coming, so. 2-point lead for the Millard Eagles, 27-25. Delta with the basketball, and here's the new player in the game, shoots the three, no good, but rebound and laid back in as the Millard didn't block off on that at all.
No, backside wide open, and Hunter Fowles stepped down in there and caught it off the bank board and lays it back in to tie the game.
And Chappell missed one badly, but it worked really good for Delta. Get the ball down in the corner to Beckstrand, back up to Alcala at the opposite side of the floor to Wardle, down to Beckstrand. Beckstrand goes to the baseline, can't get it, so brings it back out front to Alcala. Alcala dribbles a couple, down to the corner it goes to Beckstrand, back to Wardle, inside it goes to Robinson. He lays it off to Rowley. Rowley shoots it short. He had an easy one inside, just rushed it again, and he fouls trying to get the ball back.
Another good pass by Robinson, but you're right. 2 times in a row, Rowley's had a nice shot opportunity in there, but just rushed it just a little bit. And he really frustrated with himself. And then to make things worse, he fouls on the rebound.
Yeah. I think he was mad at himself. So.
Oh, yeah, he's very frustrated on those last 2 offensive sets.
Caden Fowles goes in, Jaron Fowles goes out for the Rabbits. A tie ball game, 27-27 with 1:45 remaining in this first half of play. Smith lobs the ball across court to Chappell. He throws it inside, it's knocked away and stolen by Millard. Wardle has the ball, makes a nice move, can't get around him, however. Throws it back to Robinson. Robinson open from the foul line, shoots it short, rebounded by the Rabbits. Day gets the ball, gives it to Smith.
The torrid offense that we had for a quarter and a half has suddenly dwindled down to nothing.
Yeah, it was like a minute or 2 into the second period, nobody scored much. Millard again steals the basketball as Smith tried to lob it over Beckstrand. He just jumped up and stole it. Wardle gets the ball to the corner, back to the offside. Beckstrand open for 3, shoots and scores. So he has 3 3-pointers in this first half of play, and he hasn't had 3 3-pointers in the last 3 games. So it's a good thing to see.
Not only that, he's got the 2, so he's got 11 points in the first half, and that he hasn't had 11 points in 3 games combined.
This has really given the Millard the boost they need. Shot goes up and in by number 22. That would be Jaden Fowles. That's a 2-pointer, I think.
Jaden Fowles. 2, or they give him 3.
So it's tied, Dan, at 30. When I have my head down, what happened, Coach?
Well, they tried to go inside to Robinson, and he was fouled trying to. They say he's going to say he's down, but he was fouled trying to go to the hoop. Fouls on Chappell, number 12.
Okay. 30 seconds remaining. Tie ball game at 30-30 here in the first half of play. Ball is tipped by Delden, stolen by Smith, and he's going to have an easy layup at the other end and scores. So Smith gets his first 2-pointer of the game. Millard calls timeout with 23 seconds remaining in this first half of play. We'll go back to studio for a full timeout. 1 minute.
Kern River Gas Transmission wishes the Millard Eagles good luck this season and reminds everyone that damage from others digging into a pipeline is one of the main causes of pipeline failures. Never guess where a pipeline is located. Whether you're a farmer, rancher, or homeowner, if you plan to dig, call Blue Stakes to make sure all utilities are marked. Call Blue Stakes at 800-662-4111 or the new national 811 number at least 48 hours before digging. Kern River Gas Transmission Company reminds you to call before you dig. It's free. It's the law.
Flowell Electric wants their customers to be safe around electricity. And here's a few tips. First, don't use an electrical appliance around water. Another tip is to call Blue Stakes to have utility lines marked before you dig in your yard. And never damage power company equipment because it causes needless power outages, creates safety hazards, and results in higher power rates. Flowell Electric, a proud supporter of Millard High School.
23 seconds remaining in this second period of play. Delta leading by 2, 32-30. Millard with the basketball. Alcala brings the ball into the forecourt. Going to be covered by Smith way out there. Smith is really dogging him. He can't get rid of Smith very easy, but they throws it back to Beckstrand. Beckstrand's open for 3, and it banks up under the bankboard, and they call traveling, no good anyway.
Yeah, they called traveling before he got the shot off. But they try to take advantage of the success that Beckstrand's had this game.
Yeah, that was a good move, really, because they knew that Robinson was going to get triple coverage. Smith again goes to the hoop, trapped, and he's going to be fouled. And that's where what he's really good at. He's got speed and quickness. He's not afraid of going hard.
That's why it's so tough to go man-to-man against this Delta crew, because of his speed coming around the top. They'll set a bit of a pick, and he's gone.
So Logan Smith has the chance to go to the foul line. Going to shoot a couple. Delta has a 2-point lead with 4.4 seconds remaining. First one is good. 3-point lead.
And you don't want him living at the free throw line.
Not if you're the opposing team, but if you're Delta, you love it. Second one is no good. Rebounded by Millard. Robinson has it, throws it up from backcourt, and that'll end the first half of play with the score. The Millard Eagles 30, the Delta Rabbits 33. We'll be back in 3 minutes.
Kern River Gas Transmission wishes. When you've been around for over 20 years, there's a certain amount of trust and dependability folks associate with your name. That's the type of respect you'll find at J&K 24-hour diesel service and towing. They serve Central Utah with a 24-hour emergency towing service for your tractor, big rig, and smaller vehicle, a state inspection station, and land-all flatbed service to move your medium or heavy-duty equipment. Stop by either location of J&K 24-hour diesel service and towing in Fillmore, where I-15 and Highway 100 cross, and in Scipio at the I-15 exit at 188.
Choosing a college is tough, but there's a big difference between 25 and 500 students in a class. SUU has small classes. It's a big difference if your professor is teaching class or doing research. SUU professors are in the classroom teaching and calling on you by name. At SUU, distinguished faculty are in small classes teaching rigorous nationally accredited programs on a safe campus in an unrivaled natural setting. Southern Utah University. There is a difference.
These buns aren't baking in a factory or at a McDonald's, Burger King, or Wendy's. There's only one place to get them. Introducing fresh baked buns, baked fresh in restaurant. Try them on the Philly cheesesteak thick burger and get a free Snickerdoodle ice cream sandwich when you make it a combo at Carl's Jr.
Roper Lumber in Fillmore is your full-service lumber yard, appliance center, and Ace Hardware store in Millard County. Whether it's a fix-it project, building a shed or addition, or just regular maintenance on the house, the friendly folks at Roper Lumber Ace Hardware are there to help. They also carry a wide selection of Whirlpool appliances, including stainless steel models at incredible prices. For all your hardware and lumber supplies, visit Roper Lumber Ace Hardware, 95 North Main Street in Fillmore.
Zions Bank in Fillmore offers full-service banking and courteous hometown service. You'll also find competitive loan rates and a wide variety of savings plans. Plus, you'll appreciate Zions 24-hour ATM machines so you can pick up cash whenever you need it. You'll get small-town customer service from a bank with a statewide network of branches and local decision-making. Zions Bank in Fillmore. We haven't forgotten who keeps us in business. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender, and a proud supporter of Millard High School.
The Fairview Telephone Company was founded in 1903 to bring telephone service to small communities in central Utah when no one else would. That small phone company is now Centricom, and our vision hasn't changed. We want rural central Utah to have the very best options for high-speed internet, cable TV, and home phone. Why? Because we live here too. Centricom, your local telecommunications company.
Does your kid
Welcome back to Millard High School. Millard Eagles trailing the Delta Rabbits by 3 at 30-33. This halftime show is brought to you by Southern Utah University, a curriculum deliberately built to focus on your experience. Go to suu.edu and see how you can experience more. Kind of a close game, Coach. Kind of a fun one.
It's been a fun game. It really has. And, you know, you're worried about early on that, you know, would Millard have anything to play for? You said it best. It's a rivalry game, and they're going to come out and play hard. And both teams have played hard, and both teams have done well. It's been a very entertaining game, a fun game to watch. Watching it, you'd think there was a whole lot more at stake for both teams than there is.
Yeah.
But it's been a really good game, and Millard has done some things that we've talked about needs to happen if they're going to be successful this year. Unfortunately, it's at the tail end of the season. But nice contributions from lots of people.
Right.
Offensively, defensively, rebounds, scoring, that we just haven't seen this year, and that's what's made it happen.
And it's fun to see that they're finally doing some things like this. It's just too bad they could have done this a month ago, you know.
Well, we did talk about mathematically they're not out of it, and if they'll close it out, they could still make the playoffs.
Yep, they still have a chance, and it's just what's got to happen. So it's kind of a fun game, and the Delta Rabbits. Smith is just really tearing them up. He's got 15 points. He's hit a whole pile of threes. And then when Millard went man-to-man, he does what he does best. He goes to the hoop tough.
Well, yeah, and again, that happened over there. They had to go to man-to-man because of the three-point shooting. I think that Millard's patience tonight has been much better. Even though they've had a bit of a lead, which makes it easier, but they've stayed patient in that zone, trying to eliminate some of the things, and they haven't had to go to the man-to-man. Over there, they didn't stay patient. They jumped to the man-to-man, and they got ripped for it.
Yep.
Defensively, they couldn't handle it. So I think if they'll jockey the defense just a little bit to do some things to Smith and Brunson, I think they can stay with that zone.
We'll go back to studio for another 3-minute timeout, and then we'll be back with the second half of play.
Choosing a college is tough, but there's a big difference between 25 and 500 students in a class. SUU has small classes. It's a big difference if your professor is teaching class or doing research. SUU professors are in the classroom teaching and calling on you by name. At SUU, distinguished faculty are in small classes teaching rigorous nationally accredited programs on a safe campus in an unrivaled natural setting. Southern Utah University. There is a difference.
Legendary NBA coach Phil Jackson once said, yes, victory is sweet, but it doesn't necessarily make life any easier the next season or even the next day. We applaud our student athletes for their hard work and determination on the court and in the classroom. Make your kids' education a priority. Find out what you can do. Brought to you by Sunrise Engineering, promoting excellence in sports and promoting excellence in education. Visit us at sunrise-eng.com.
The type of medical care you receive shouldn't depend on where you live. People in rural towns should receive high-quality medicine just like those in big cities. Delta Community Medical Center and Fillmore Community Medical Center both provide the same quality care and advanced technology you'd receive if you drove to the city. What they do well. Intermountain's Fillmore Community Medical Center and Delta Community Medical Center. Healing for life.
At Farmers, we make you smarter about insurance because what you don't know can hurt you. What if you didn't know that it's smart to replace washing machine hoses every 5 years? And what if you didn't know that teen drivers are 4 times more likely to get into an accident? The more you know, the better you can plan for what's ahead. Talk to Farmers and get smarter about your insurance.
We are Farmers. Visit local agent Josh Cranny at 15 South Main in Fillmore, 743-5358. 303 East Main in Delta. Call 864-4898.
The Millard County Credit Union offices in Fillmore and Delta want to thank you for your business over the years. Not only will you find amazingly low interest rates, automobile and RV loans, checking, Visa accounts, bill pay, and debit cards, but banking is easier with their e-teller home banking service. Just log on to www.millardccu.com, sign up for their e-teller services, and conveniently manage all your credit union accounts from home. That's the Millard County Credit Union in Delta and Fillmore.
Fall's a great time to turn to Fillmore Shelf Feed and Farm Supply, your local IFA dealer in Fillmore. Ladies, spring bulbs have arrived. That's right, get your daffodils, crocus, and your other spring bulbs today. Fellas, get your hunting boots and all the orange accessories to keep you safe and secure from the huge hunting inventory at Fillmore Shelf Feed and Farm Supply, your local IFA dealer and spring bulb and hunting headquarters in Fillmore.
High school boys basketball game between the Millard Eagles and the Delta Rabbits. Delta leading at halftime by a score of 33-30. This halftime show is brought to you by Southern Utah University. Experience more learning, growing, and maturing, hiking, dancing, and living. You will experience more at Southern Utah University. You'll find them on the internet at suu.edu. Well, Coach, what are we going to probably guess for the second half?
Well, you know, both teams are thinking, what do we need to do to eliminate the offense while keeping our offense going? And again, I think for Millard, I think you stay patient with that zone, but you tweak it, maybe even go to a 2-3, which would kind of attack the zones that Delta likes to shoot out of, you know, with a 2-3 zone on that baseline for Brunson and out of the wings or the corners for Smith. That doesn't mean the other kids can't hurt you. They can.
Right.
But maybe tweak it a little bit. If they stay in the 1-3-1, they still got to tweak that. Delta, of course, I think they've got to stay patient with what they're doing, which is try to keep Robinson out of it and hope that, you know, Garrison, Brunson, and the others don't keep up what they're doing. I think they tweak their defense to take care of Robinson and stay a little closer to Brunson. So both the game plans basically defensively the same. Tweak it a little bit, but remain patient with what you're doing.
Scoring in the first half, Wardle had 2, Robinson had 12, Garrison Beckstrand had 11, and Kyler Rowley had 5. For the Rabbits, Logan Smith had 15, Carson Brunson had 7, Jaron Fowles had 2, Caden Fowles had 3, Hunter Fowles had 2, and Jackson Day had 4.
I think an interesting thing, too, is Millard has not made one substitution yet, where Delta has been able to substitute through their lineup, and everyone, I think, except Smith, has had a bit of a break so far in this basketball game.
Delta has the ball on the alternate possession. Miller still showing the zone on the floor. Throw the ball to the right wing, back to Smith at the top of the key, and Beckstrand comes down to the top of the key. Really, they can get it back to Smith. They're going to cheat out on him. Well, you're right.
They're watching
They're
him.
tweaking it a little better now, aren't they?
And they've got Wardle setting low on Brunson in the corner.
Brunson throws the shot up, no good. Battle for the rebound, picked up by Delta and put back in by Jaron Fowles on the rebound.
That's after Saxon Day had kind of taken out the opposition.
Yeah.
Bodies on the floor.
He kind of boxed off the whole world, didn't he? Robinson gets the basketball at the wing, throws it back out to Beckstrand. Beckstrand for 3, won't go this time, but Rowley gets the rebound, and he's going to be fouled as
Well, are they going to call it on? Okay, they are calling it on Delta, but it looked like Rowley with one arm shoved him out of the way and got the rebound with the other. So
Jaron Fowles kind of pushed him from behind as he was taking that ball up back. So
Rowley's big
got
enough.
caught for that.
Didn't notice it.
So long pass out all the way out to the front. Millard has the basketball. Alcala is at the point. Wardle at the wing. Back to Alcala. Back to Wardle.
They've got Robinson surrounded.
Yep, they're adjusting, aren't they? Robinson is high. Alcala comes with the ball, goes to Wardle to the wing.
Down to Wardle. Wardle beats his man on the baseline, can't get what he wants, throws it all the way across court to Beckstrand. Beckstrand throws it to Robinson at the high post. He goes to the hoop, lays it up, and scores. Nice move by Jeffrey Robinson.
Good patience by Millard, but again, Delta is doing what we talked about. They've got Robinson surrounded in this 2-3 zone, and they're staying close to Beckstrand and letting the others have a chance to make something happen.
32-35, Delta in the lead, and they have the basketball. Shot from the corner, goes in, comes back out, and Rowley gets the rebound. I thought that was going to go down.
It looked like it.
Wardle for three. It hits the back rim and comes back out, rebounded by the Rabbits. Nice pass ahead, layup and score by Jordan Fowles. He's got 4 points in this period, and Delta has a 5-point lead at 37-32. We have a timeout on the floor. We'll be back after this timeout.
Stop in today and experience Service First at Service Drug in Delta and Fillmore. Service Drug is not only your full-service pharmacy, but offers a wide range of books, home decor items, greeting cards, KitchenAid appliances, and so much more. Service Drug is open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. and also on Saturdays for your convenience. Come see the courteous staff at Service Drug, 215 West Main in Delta and 40 North Main in Fillmore. Experience Service First at Service Drug in Delta and Fillmore.
Third period of play, but Delta had a 3-point lead, stretched it to 5, but it's kind of been
I think it's a smart timeout by the coaching staff trying to stop this before they have a third period collapse like they've had in the second and third period in other games.
One period to the other has been kind of a disaster for them. If they can avoid that, they might have a chance here. Beckstrand is two-timed in the corner, throws it back to out front to Alcala. Wardle has the ball. They're showing patience. This is a good thing.
They just got to keep moving it side to side, move that defense, move it until somebody can get open in those corners. You know, they've got to move it. And at that time, they moved Garrison Beckstrand around and out to the far side baseline. And if they'll stay with that and make that defense move, eventually Robinson's going to get open inside too.
Delta knocked the ball out of bounds. Millard will inbound it and throw it way to the backcourt. Wardle has to jump high to get that, but he does corral it. Get down to Beckstrand. They lob it inside to Robinson. It's too far, and it's intercepted by Jaron Fowles.
Good defense there by the Delta Rabbits.
It was. They stopped the lob that time. Delta with a 5-point lead, 5:25 remaining in this third period of play. Ball being worked around the perimeter against Millard's zone. Goes down to Fowles. Back up to Brunson, to Smith, to the other side of the floor. That would be, and we got a traveling call.
Jaron Fowles tries to put it faked, then tried to put it on the floor and drive to the hoop, and he gets called for the travel.
Well, turnover on the Rabbits gives the ball back to the Millard Eagles. Alcala brings the ball up. Goes to Wardle on the right-hand side, back to Alcala, the left side to Beckstrand. Delta showing a zone, and they've got Millard at the high post. Robinson can't get it up. He throws it to Beckstrand in the corner, shoots it short, and Alcala knocks the ball out of bounds off of Smith.
But that's what we talked about right there. Moving the ball. Eventually they were able to make an entry pass and then kicked that right to the corner to Beckstrand, who was then open.
Right.
And he didn't make the shot. And that's Delta's gamble right now is whether or not Beckstrand can stay hot.
And he's played pretty well the first half, so he's got to hope he does. He's got to get his knees bent. Gets a little stale on his legs. Shot by Brunson out of the corner, and he nails it.
Robinson a little bit late, shifting over there.
Carson Brunson hits a three. He got 10 points in the game, and Delta's back to an 8-point lead now. Their biggest lead of the game. Millard with the basketball, working it around the perimeter. Brunson, Millard shoots the one out of the three-pointer out of the corner, and Beckstrand can't get it to go, and Millard gets called for the foul on the rebound.
And they're allowing that, and I don't know if Robinson has even touched the ball this half.
He's got 2 points.
Okay,
so
that's right.
He's got one basket.
But they're having a
got
hard
it at
time
the top of
to
the key and drove down the right side and laid it in. That's the only thing I've known about the only time he's touched the ball, and they kicked it back outside.
Yeah.
But it's what everybody else is doing. They're triple teaming him now. Ball goes around the perimeter for the Rabbits. They're ahead 32-40. Smith tries to penetrate. He's got a two-time, kicks it to the corner to Brunson. Back outside it comes. Fowles at the ball at the point.
Gets it off to Brunson in the corner, wide open, nobody on him, shoots a three, and he drops another one.
That's Smith out there.
Oh, that was Smith, okay.
They rotated their offense, and it sent Smith to the corner.
So Smith makes the three-pointer, and Delta stretches a 9-point lead. Millard calls timeout with 3:42. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Millard County residents are accustomed to friendly service, quality grocery items, and convenient prices at Dwayne's Food Town in Fillmore. Dwayne's Food Town prides itself on providing the choicest cuts of meat in their meat department, assuring they offer the freshest produce available, and providing the best value on every grocery item in the store. Stop in and discover for yourself the hometown service and attention that you deserve at Dwayne's Food Town, located at 375 South Main in Fillmore. Proud to support the Eagles this year.
Stevens Feed and Holden serves the surrounding communities in Millard County as well as farmers in central and southern Utah. They buy and sell alfalfa hay and can haul your hay to wherever it needs to go. You can be assured that you'll get the right price while receiving the service you deserve when buying and selling hay. The entire crew appreciates farmers and ranchers for their business over the years, and they're happy to contribute to the school and community as a sports booster. That's Stevens Feed and Holden, a proud supporter of Millard Athletics.
Sports action on.
Welcome back. Delta Rabbits leading the Millard Eagles 43-32. Had a 3-point lead, but they've outscored Millard significantly in his third period of play to begin with in the first 4 minutes. And we'll see what Millard can do in making adjustments. Alcala will bring the ball up. Bextran throws it into him. They want to force Millard to the right. They get it into the high post to Robinson, but he didn't even turn and look. He just threw it right back out immediately. And Millard working it around again. Down to the corner it goes to Beckstrand. He's covered there, so he lobs it back outside. Wardle throws it inside to Robinson. Robinson got triple team, kicks it across to Alcala. He can't get what he wants. Bout has the ball stolen from him. Gets it to Beckstrand in the corner. He's open for three, and he makes it. Millard needed that desperately.
They've kind of backed off Beckstrand now. He's missed a couple, and they're back to saying, okay, go ahead, we'll see what you got. They'll have to move that back up again.
35-43, 7-point lead for the Rabbits. Fouls it, has a short shot, and Smith goes up real high on the rebound, tries to tip it in, won't go in, and rebounded by Millard. He kind of went over the back of the Millard player.
Well, he might have had a hand on the shoulder, but he got up there.
Yeah, he did. There's no question. Robinson has the ball knocked away from him, but they ripped his arms off to do it, and they're going to be called for doing so. It'll be on number 20, which would be Carson.
And again, they're trying to go in there, but it's just, he's surrounded in this zone. And they may have to do something to tweak that to get him open. Move him around within the offense instead of just staying there at the high post.
Chappell comes into the game for Carson Brunson. Millard has the ball out front, gives it to the wing. Now Collin, he'll dribble back to the center of the floor and set up the offense. Delta still in their 2-3 zone. It's really a 2-1-2, isn't it?
Well, it starts 2-3 and then morphs.
Yep, warps wherever. Oh, nice pass inside by Alcala, layup by Rolling. He couldn't make it go.
Well, he was packing.
Yeah, he was kind of being rolled, but I thought he was going to get it anyway. He's a big, strong boy.
Jaron Fowles goes right up and over him as he's shooting that and comes down pretty hard, but he gets up all right.
Jaron Fowles has 3. And Rowley goes to the foul line.
Whoa.
Banks the first one in.
Whoa.
I don't know if he meant to bank it, but it still counts.
They're all laughing at him. He's even smiling himself on that one.
That was bad enough it was good.
Yeah, yeah. The coaches are laughing. Everybody knows that was a mistake that went good.
7-point lead. Second one's no good as it rims around, and Robinson gets the rebound, and he's fouled trying to take it back up.
Well, they're going to say he was down when he was corralled. They're going to give that to Caden. Fouls, it looks like, yeah. Just his first. I don't know that anybody's in foul trouble, are they?
No. Well, there's 3 on one of the Delta players. Alcala has the ball. Wanted to double dribble. He just muffed it and picked it up. And you can dribble again now. You used to couldn't do that. That was a double dribble. But get the ball on into Wardle underneath, and he steps on the out-of-bounds line trying to go around his man. It'll be Delta basketball. A good move. He just didn't have enough room to make it.
Well, he had plenty of move. It just some of it doesn't count.
Yeah.
You don't get to go beyond the line legally.
Okay, Delta has the basketball in the lead. They have a 7-point lead, 43-36 with 2 minutes to go here in the third period of play. Delta working against Millard's zone. Chapel tries to throw the ball inside.
Oh, they
it's
missed
kicked,
the kick
and
there.
Millard gets the ball, and there's no call. And Millard definitely kicked it.
Oh, no question. Only ones that didn't see it were the officials.
Yeah, that's a true story. Millard gets the ball, working it around the perimeter to Alcala, to Wardle, back to Alcala, to Beckstrand. He shoots his three. Good.
He's having him a game tonight.
Yep, he's playing well. He has 5 3-pointers in the game so far. And you just can't sit off of him if he gets doing this. And it's not, he didn't bend his legs at all in the game last time. He's bending them well. He's getting into his shot so he doesn't have to use that upper body as much. And he's deadly when he does it.
And that's interesting because in the junior varsity game, he couldn't buy a basket.
He saved it.
Yeah. So now they call it traveling on Smith. But that doesn't happen very often.
No, I bet not. Miller's back in the game, only down 4 at 39-43, and they have the basketball with 1:14 remaining in the third period of play. Get the ball to Kyler Rowley underneath. He has a layup, misses it, but rebounded by Millard Robinson, and he still can't get it in. But after 3 tries with everybody standing around, he finally got it in. Doesn't count. Who was it on? Smith?
Day.
Oh, on Day, his third personal. So there is a little foul trouble coming now for Delta.
They've got a couple of players with 3, but they are deeper too.
Yeah. Robinson makes the first foul shot. 3-point game.
I thought Brunson was coming in for Day, but he comes in for Chapel instead.
That's who Chapel came in from him earlier. So second shot is also good. So it's a 41-43 2-point game. Smith will bring the ball up the floor. Going to go to the right side of the floor to stretch the zone right. And he really dribbles it down, tries to keep that point guard coming out. Finally, Alcala comes from down on the baseline and covers Smith and stays with him. Throw the ball cross court. Down to the corner it goes. Long cross court pass, knocked away by Alcala and picked up by Rowley and off to Jeffrey Robinson. Jeffrey Robinson has the ball, throws it to the corner to Alcala. He throws it back to Robinson, and Rowley has a layup inside, and he makes it. Well, Kyler Rowley scores 2, and we have a tie ball game at 43.
There was an incidental contact.
Oh, yeah.
Rowley slammed into Smith, and Smith's gone down on the court, grabbing his head. It was incidental after Rowley made the basket. He just turned and in exuberance took off down the floor, and they went head to head.
He just turned. He made the shot, turned and thought he was going to take off, and there he was right in his face, and he didn't do it on purpose, but boy, Rowley's a big, strong kid.
It was head-to-head contact. So
they're talking to him. I don't know if he's seeing stars or what. We're going to go back to studio for a 30-second timeout while they sort this injury out.
Miller's, Chevron, Subway, and Texaco are happy to support Millard High School. Not only can you stop in for top-quality gasoline and oil products, but you can fill up on snacks, goodies, and drinks. You'll also find their irresistible, world-famous fried chicken and potato logs. Miller's can also service your vehicle with mechanical service or a new set of tires. And dine in on delicious and healthy meal selections at Subway. That's Miller's, Chevron, Subway, and Texaco on the North I-15 interchange in Fillmore, proud to sponsor the player of the game.
43-43 as Smith goes to the bench and kind of holding his chin. So
that's kind of where the contact took place, was on his chin. But he'll be back unless some doctor says he's got a concussion.
Yeah.
Then there's some pretty heavy protocols they have to go through there.
Yeah, he's holding his head. But I don't know that he was knocked out. He didn't seem like he was unconscious at all. But I think he got a dinger in the head. Delta has the ball knocked away from him out of bounds, and Alcala's going to be called for the foul as he did knock it away from him.
He knew it. He was hoping it didn't happen, but he knew it.
7.6 seconds remaining. Tie ball game here in the third period. Delta with the basketball.
Delta in a situation now that in the 2 games we've seen, we haven't seen them in this situation. That is, without their floor general on the floor.
Brunson shoots a 3, and he's fouled. I think it's on Wardle.
Well, Wardle was in his grill. He wants to complain he was straight up, but he was still moving when Brunson came down, and you can't do that.
So Brunson's going to go to the foul line to try to break this tie with 1/10 of a second remaining in this period. So they should just call this period after this because you can't score at 1/10 of a second. Makes the first one.
Depends on who's running the clock.
Yeah, well, that's thought.
Second one is good.
Got your best shooter standing there at the line.
And he's going to get the third one because it was a three-point shot.
Shouldn't say best shooter, but one of your two best shooters.
Yeah, he's a good one. No question, Carson Brunson can light it up. And the third one is good. They're going to make him play this. I don't know why. Okay, that ends the third period of play with the score. The Millard Eagles 43, the Delta Rabbits 46. We'll be back in 1 minute.
The Fillmore City Mayor and City Council and staff members are excited about the Millard Eagles this sports season. They'd like to congratulate the Millard High School team members, the coaches, faculty, staff, and student body on a great season and wish them the very best in this year's playoff. The entire city fully supports education and athletics in molding the future leaders of our area. Fillmore City would like all involved to know that they're behind them 100%. Happy to be Millard Eagles Sports Booster. Fillmore City, go Eagles!
Kern River Gas Transmission wishes the Millard Eagles good luck this season and reminds everyone that damage from others digging into a pipeline is one of the main causes of pipeline failures. Never guess where a pipeline is located. Whether you're a farmer, rancher, or homeowner, if you plan to dig, call Blue Stakes to make sure all utilities are marked. Call Blue Stakes at 800-662-4111 or the new national 811 number at least 48 hours before digging. Kern River Gas Transmission Company reminds you to call before you dig. It's free. It's the law.
This is Central Utah's sports leader,
KFGR.
Welcome back. Begin the fourth quarter of play. The Delta Rabbits lead the Millard Eagles 46-43, and Millard will have the ball on the alternate possession.
So all that excitement in the third quarter, and when it's finally the dust is cleared, it's the same three-point lead that existed at halftime.
Exactly right. Delta had a big lead, and then Millard clawed back into it, tied the game. Robinson at the foul line turns and shoots it short. Rowley had the rebound. He came back before he could react. It hit him, bounced off of him. Delta got the rebound.
They're busy trying to box off and had his hands down.
So Smith back on the floor. Seems like he's okay. He takes the ball to the right side of the floor. Alcala comes up out of that baseline position to guard him. They throw a ball down to the baseline now to foul. He dribbles it back up, kicks it across the floor to Brunson. Long cross-court pass to Smith. Smith, Alcala recovers and gets in his face, so he throws it back out front. Smith throws the ball underneath, and ball is shot is blocked by Wardle from behind, but they're going to call him for a foul. He wasn't happy about the call, but wow. I'm not sure I saw any contact either, but wow. It was pretty. The official had a different angle than I had, so he probably saw something I didn't. Saxon Day will go to the foul line for the Rabbits. Makes the first one. And this just kind of scenario like over there where they just make lots of foul shots?
Well, there hasn't been as many foul shots, but it's the same thing. They shoot so well from that line, you cannot keep putting Delta at that line. They just shoot too well from there.
So Day's second shot is also good. 43-48, a 5-point lead. We have a timeout on the floor. So with the timeout, we'll be back in 1 minute.
Flowell Electric wants their customers to be safe around electricity. And here's a few tips. First, don't use an electrical appliance around water. Another tip is to call Blue Stakes to have utility lines marked before you dig in your yard. And never damage power company equipment because it causes needless power outages, creates safety hazards, and results in higher power rates. Flowell Electric, a proud supporter of Millard High School.
When you've been around for over 20 years, there's a certain amount of trust and dependability folks associate with your name. That's the type of respect you'll find at J&K 24-hour diesel service and towing. They serve Central Utah with a 24-hour emergency towing service, service for your tractor, big rig, and smaller vehicle, a state inspection station, and land-all flatbed service to move your medium or heavy-duty equipment. Stop by either location of J&K 24-hour diesel service and towing in Fillmore, where I-15 and Highway 100 cross, and in Scipio at the I-15 exit at 188.
To exciting high school sports action on
KFGR.
These buns aren't baking in a factory.
Delta in the lead. Millard with the basketball. 7:21 remaining in the basketball game.
Burger King,
the ball into the forecourt.
or Wendy.
Wardle on the right-hand side. Inside to Robinson. Robinson throws it off to Rowley. Rowley has a layup, and he makes it.
Better patience that time by Rowley, too. He knew he had people behind him. He let him jump past him, then laid it up and in.
Good job, and he's kind of rushed a couple tonight. That time he kind of slowed down and made it.
3-point game. Delta in the lead and the basketball. They have the two shooters now out front against this 1-3-1 in the guard positions, and they're just lobbing it back and forth. Now it goes down to the baseline. Day back out front to Brunson to the baseline. Fouls. Cross-court pass is going to be knocked by Millard. Beckstrand picks it up. And Millard brings the ball to the front court to Wardle in the corner. Wardle throws it inside to Rowley. Rowley gets mugged inside. He scores, and he's fouled. I think it might be Smith, too.
He's been strong down in there. He really has.
Nope, 24.
He's improved each all during the year. He's improved, but he's playing tough down inside right now. That which allows him to move Robinson out on the perimeter more, both offensively and defensively.
It was a good pass by Alcala inside. He looked at that off really well. Misses the foul shot, however, and rebounded by the Rabbits. 48-47. Delta with a 1-point lead. 6:28 to go in this basketball game.
They're going to adjust this now and try to get Brunson back down in his corner where he likes to shoot
That's
from.
where he likes to shoot from, and he's down there now. Alcala's kind of cheating over there. He sees him. The shot goes up and blocked by Robinson, and Wardle has the ball behind everybody. He goes to the hoop, and he goes to lay it up. He's fouled. Is that Smith?
Yeah, it's Smith, but Wardle doing a nice job going to the hoop. Smith was going to get there one way or the other.
Yeah, no question.
And that's what, his third now?
I'm waiting for the score thing. I've got him. I haven't got him for only two.
52nd, 2 in a row right there.
Yeah, well, it would have been third, but the one I thought they gave him last time wasn't his. Wardle misses the first one.
Well, he tried the bank shot like Rowley had done.
Didn't work.
You got to be dead on if you're going to do that.
Yeah, you got to be right down the middle. Austin Wardle shoots the second one and does make it. Tie ball game at 48 with 6 minutes to go. Smith brings the ball up the floor. Goes to the right side of the floor to stretch the defense right. Brunson comes out with him outside. Down to the corner it goes to Day. Day tries to penetrate inside, lays it off on inside, and a nice basket.
Great pass.
Was that Day?
Day put it in. Yeah, it's a great pass by one of the fouls, as though that.
Yeah, it was.
Caden fouls, I believe, or Jaron fouls, excuse me.
Probably Jaron, yeah. Wardle has the ball, gets it inside, and Robinson throws one over his head, and he didn't see it coming, went right out of bounds.
Went right through Rowley's hands and out of bounds.
It was a little hard, and he was a little close for that kind of a pass. If you put a little air under it and let him just gone up and grabbed it, it would have been maybe something he could have done. 48-50, Delta with a 2-point lead and the basketball with 5:25 to go in the basketball game. Smith has the ball. He's taking it to the left side of the floor this time. Throws a cross-court cast to Brunson, almost intercepted by Millard. Brunson can't get it off, so they'll have to reset the offense. Fouls, penetrates in, turns it off to Smith. Down to the corner it goes to Day, to Smith. Back out to Fouls. Fouls goes to the hoop, and he's going to be fouled, and the shot's blocked. Wow. But he did get him with his body pretty good. Oh, it's going to call it on Jeffrey Robinson.
Yeah.
His third.
That's why I said, wow.
I thought it was Beckstrand that did it. 5:03 to go. Delta with the 2-point lead, but like you say, can't keep putting them at the foul line. They're good foul shooters. Jaron Fouls hits the first one. Has a chance to stretch the lead to 4 at 51-48. And the shot is up and good. 4-point lead for Delta.
They just don't miss those free throws.
No, they don't. They're perfect in the second half so far. Alcala has the ball. Goes to the left wing, back to Alcala at the point, back to the wing. Back out front, down to they're just throwing it back and forth, trying to get it inside, but they're not turning it over. There they got it into Robinson. Robinson lays it off to Rowley. Rowley has another layup, and he scores again. Nice pass by Robinson. Tyler Rowley scores his 9th point of this half. At 14 in the game. That's probably his high for the year. Moving the ball around, Delta is the 2-point lead, 50-52. 4.5 minutes to go in this ball game. Smith open from 3, shoots short, no good, rebounded by Alcala. Alcala will bring the ball himself up the floor. Rowley wants the ball. He's down there calling for it. They get it to Jeffrey Robinson. Robinson goes to the hoop, and he's going to lay it up and in. Nice move by Robinson.
The help didn't come, and if you don't put help on him, it's going to go in. We have a tie ball game, and Delta calls timeout with 4:03 remaining. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
These buns aren't baking in a factory or at a McDonald's, Burger King, or Wendy's. There's only one place to get them. Introducing fresh baked buns, baked fresh in restaurant. Try them on the Philly cheesesteak thick burger and get a free Snickerdoodle ice cream sandwich when you make it a combo at Carl's Jr.
Expected.
Welcome back. Game tied at 52, Millard Eagles and the Delta Rabbits, and we're under 4 minutes, about 4 minutes to go in this game. 4 minutes and 3 seconds to play in the basketball game.
If there's been one difference again, and it's not showing itself yet, but that is the fact that Millard has not substituted one time.
Nope, they haven't.
Whereas Delta has had rests at every position, including Smith because of the injury.
Yep, Smith went out when he got wiped out a little bit there, but he's come back strong. But he hasn't scored since he come back. Fouls has the ball in the corner. He's got a two-time on him, and he throws it underneath, and they're going to call Rowley for a foul, reaching behind on the center.
Well, if they're going to start calling that kind of stuff, I think they've done a good job of officiating, but that's the kind of stuff that this part of the game, you don't want to start calling that stuff.
Yeah, he didn't really reach in as much. He just kind of ran over and put his front to his back, and they called it. Throw the ball around the perimeter now. Delta's working against the 1-3 zone. Smith on the right-hand side. Got fouls in the right corner. Here comes Brunson through the key to the top of the key. Now he goes back to the corner on the offside. And they'll quickly turn it over to him, and Miller's ready to get there. They're kind of cheating out to the corner where he's at, and both teams have made their adjustments. Now Robinson is out on Brunson. The corner, kips it back out front. Fouls, dribbles it out to the top of the key.
Well, they're kind of daring the other players to make something happen.
Yep.
They're trying to take away Smith and Brunson, and daring the other kids to shoot it, and so far they haven't had the confidence to let fire from that three-point land, which is where they're open.
Smith has the ball. He has Robinson on him. He throws it underneath to Day. Day turns and shoots and scores. Nice shot by Day.
Nice jump hook by Day right there.
Jason Day gives Delta the lead back by 2.
Saxon Day.
Oh, yeah, thank you. Saxon Day. Ball goes around the perimeter. Miller just working on that shot around the perimeter. Beckstrand, call out front. Wardle on the wing. And they get it to Robinson. I think they were trying to throw it to Rowley. Robinson stepped in front, knocked it away, goes out of bounds.
And then he dropped it off of Rowley's foot out of bounds. So, bad break for the Millard Eagles.
Rowley was open. He caught it. 2-point lead for the Rabbits, and they have the ball with 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go in this basketball game. Now Delta spreading the floor. Might be a little soon to spread it in high school. This is hard to do. Unless they can get Smith to go to the hoop.
Yeah, it's going to force Millard to go one-on-one, man-to-man. If they can force that situation, then they've got Smith, who's just too quick for Millard to handle.
Yeah, he's a good one. There he gets it on the wing, goes to the hoop, lays it off, but it goes through a Delta player's hands out of bounds.
Well, someone tipped the ball. I didn't see who it was from Millard, and made it too big to handle for the Delta Rabbits.
Caden Fouls had the ball slip off his fingers out of bounds. It'll be Millard basketball. 1:55 remaining. Delta leads by 2. Millard has the basketball. Working it around the perimeter.
Just keep moving. Keep moving until something breaks open.
They get it inside to Robinson, and he has the ball stripped from him. He goes out and gets it, and he calls timeout. He called timeout. The coach was out in the referee's ear 10 feet on the floor calling timeout. So with the timeout on the floor, we'll be back in 30 seconds.
Roper Lumber in Fillmore is your full-service lumber yard, appliance center, and Ace Hardware store in Millard County. Whether it's a fix-it project, building a shed or addition, or just regular maintenance on the house, the friendly folks at Roper Lumber Ace Hardware are there to help. They also carry a wide selection of Whirlpool appliances, including stainless steel models at incredible prices. For all your hardware and lumber supplies, visit Roper Lumber Ace Hardware, 95 North Main Street in Fillmore.
Welcome back. 54 for the Delta Rabbits, 52 for the Millard Eagles. Minute 37 remaining in the basketball game, and Millard has the basketball out of bounds underneath their own basket.
Get the sense here that if Millard happens to tie this thing up, I wouldn't be surprised to see Delta take the rest of the time off the clock and go for this.
Millard
final.
threw the ball away. Smith has the ball as they try to lob it in. Smith goes to the hoop tough, and he's fouled. And he's going to get a chance for a three-point play the old-fashioned way.
Big players come up big at big moments.
Yeah, a heck of a move. But Millard just threw a pass. Somebody went one way, and they thought he was going the other way, and threw the ball away. Smith takes the ball to the hoop, and Delta stretch their lead to 4, and Smith has a chance to make it 5. And he does it. 57-52, a 5-point game with a minute and a half to go. Millard working the ball around, trying to get it inside.
You still don't panic here, though. I think they still
got
got to stay
plenty of
patient.
time. Yeah, they really
They got to find a good shot and let one rip.
They get it into Robinson. He goes to the hoop, and he's fouled. That was an easy call.
And the beauty of that for the Eagles, and I'm sure Delta's coach is mad, is you can't put Millard at the line shooting free throws with no time off the clock and a chance to close the gap.
So Robinson goes to the foul line to shoot 2. Makes the first one. 4-point game. Millard's played one of the better games of the year tonight.
Well, that's easy to say, yeah.
They really have. I've seen some good things tonight. Makes the second one. It's back to a 3-point game. Smith brings the ball into the forecourt. Wardle knocks it away from him, but he goes back and recovered. He loses it again, and he loses it out of bounds. It'll be Millard basketball as Wardle just got in his face, and he had trouble with it.
The officials missed another kick ball, but yeah, great hustle by Wardle to force that issue.
Smith went over and said, they kicked it, and he said, I didn't see it.
Yep. Well, it has to be an intentional kick now, too.
Yeah,
it can't be
and it wasn't
an incidental thing.
It just went off his foot as he dribbled it there. He didn't really kick out. Wardle has the ball down to Alcala. Beckstrand at the wing, back to Alcala out front. He dribbles up, throws it to the corner to Beckstrand, back to Alcala. To Wardle on the opposite side of the floor, 45 seconds. Alcala's going to shoot a 3. Goes in, won't stay. I thought he had it.
I thought that was down. I thought that was down, and you'll see Delta now spread this floor.
Yeah, they will. Try to force them to foul, and Delta's good foul shooters. And there's the foul. Beckstrand just about had the steal on Brunson, but not quite. Brunson grabbed a hold of it, and he run into him.
And that's another player you don't want to put to the line for Delta Rabbits is Brunson.
So Brunson will go to the foul line for the Rabbits. He's 3 for 3 in this ball game. Is this 1-1? I think it is.
Yeah, it'd have to be 1-1. Yep.
Shot is good. None. I mean, it's not even like rattle around good. It's just right in the heart every time.
Yep. They are very good foul shooters. You can see them, the confidence, the patience, the relaxed position at the line.
Second one is good. 54-59, a 5-point lead with 28 seconds to go in the game. Alcala picks the ball up, gives it off to Robinson, to Wardle. Wardle comes inside, tries to throw it out, finally gets it out to Beckstrand. He shoots a 3, no good. Was in, back out, and rebounded by Delta, and we have a foul called on either Alcala or Robinson. They tied up the ball, but he said he didn't do it legally.
Well, they about disrobed fouls.
Alcala.
He's having to put his shirt tail back in and everything else. They about disrobed him there.
Well, you know.
They did have part of the ball, but they had a lot of other things too at the same time.
Delta with a 5-point lead, and going to the foul line will be Caden Fouls. He's not shot a foul shot tonight.
He's still a good shooter from that line.
Hits the front rim, the back rim, the side rim, and goes in. 6-point lead, a timeout by the Millard Eagles with 16.5 seconds to go. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
The Fairview Telephone Company was founded in 1903 to bring telephone service to small communities in central Utah when no one else would. That small phone company is now Centricom, and our vision hasn't changed. We want rural central Utah to have the very best options for high-speed internet, cable TV, and home phone. Why? Because we live here too. Centricom, your local telecommunications company.
Legendary NBA coach Phil Jackson once said, yes, victory is sweet, but it doesn't necessarily make life any easier the next season or even the next day. We applaud our student athletes for their hard work and determination on the court and in the classroom. Make your kids' education a priority. Find out what you can do. Brought to you by Sunrise Engineering, promoting excellence in sports and promoting excellence in education. Visit us at sunrise-eng.com.
The type of medical care you receive.
Welcome back. 16 and a half seconds remaining in the game. Delta in the lead, 54-60. And going to the line will be a Delta Rabbit. And they are perfect in the second half from the line. Caden Fowles has one more foul shot to shoot. The shot is up and good. And that'll about seal the coffin. Beckstrand has a three from the corner, no good. Millard gets the rebound, puts it back up and in. And it's Alcala that puts that one in. It's his first 2 points of the game. And then there's a foul.
Well, 4 seconds left, you know, even if he misses them both, which it'll be 2 shots now. But, you know, valiant effort by the Millard Eagles and a great, great finish by the Delta Rabbits.
Yep. And Delta is, like you say, a fine shooting basketball team from the foul line. And that would be...
That's kind of a bad shot by Brunson because he caught iron.
Yeah, it went in, but he didn't go all down in one easy place, did it?
He got a little iron on it, yeah.
Second one is also good. 63-56, three-pointer from Beckstrand in the corner. He makes it in the ball game. He has 9 points on the second half and three-pointers. The final score, the Millard Eagles 59, the Delta Rabbits 63. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
Does your kid know it all? Legendary basketball coach John Wooden once said, it's what you learn after you know it all that counts. We applaud our student athletes for their hard work and determination on the court and in the classroom. Help your kids see their potential. Partner up with their coaches and teachers. Find out what you can do. Just something to think about. Brought to you by Sunrise Engineering, promoting excellence in sports and education. Visit us at sunrise-eng.com.
The type of medical care you receive shouldn't depend on where you live. People in rural towns should receive high-quality medicine just like those in big cities. Delta Community Medical Center and Fillmore Community Medical Center both provide the same quality care and advanced technology you'd receive if you drove to the city. What they do well. Intermountain's Fillmore Community Medical Center and Delta Community Medical Center. Healing for life.
At Farmers, we make you smarter about insurance because what you don't know can hurt you. What if you didn't know that it's smart to replace washing machine hoses every 5 years? And what if you didn't know that teen drivers are 4 times more likely to get into an accident? The more you know, the better you can plan for what's ahead. Talk to Farmers and get smarter about your insurance.
We are Farmers. Visit local agent Josh Cranny at 15 South Main in Fillmore, 743-5358. 303 East Main in Delta, call 864-4898.
The Millard County Credit Union offices in Fillmore and Delta want to thank you for your business over the years. Not only will you find amazingly low interest rates, automobile and RV loans, checking, Visa accounts, bill pay, and debit cards, but banking is easier with their e-teller home banking service. Just log on to www.millardccu.com, sign up for their e-teller services, and conveniently manage all your credit union accounts from home. That's the Millard County Credit Union in Delta and Fillmore.
Sport.
Welcome back. We're right here in Fillmore, Utah. An exciting basketball game. The Delta Rabbits pull out the win on the floor of the home Eagles, 63-59. And congratulations to the Delta Rabbits. A big win for them. They moved to 5 wins in the region and still alive maybe for a position of third or second, you know. So things going for them. Millard Eagles, a heartbreaking loss, but
I was encouraged by some of the things I saw tonight.
Yeah, they had a much better effort by a lot of people tonight. It was much more balanced and it was much more under control. And, you know, we talked about before, will they come out? Are they done? Are they going to quit? But by golly, they played a good basketball game, did the Millard Eagles, and a lot of spark, a lot of enthusiasm. But you're right, the balance and the scoring, even though there was only like four players that scored again, but the balance was better. It wasn't just all one, plus a couple from this other guy.
Yeah. What do you say?
Well, that's, and you said off air, this kind of production and if it had been consistent during the course of the year, Millard would be sitting in the middle of the pack with a bunch of wins and still a chance to go to the state tournament.
Right.
Because the thing that's hurt them was that kind of an output by 3 or 4 players in double figures and balanced scoring, so you couldn't key on one.
That's right. We'll go back to the studio for timeout, and then we'll come back with the scores of the game and give you the players of the game, and then we're going to go home. So we'll be...
Millard County residents are accustomed to friendly service, quality grocery items, and convenient prices at Dwayne's Food Town in Fillmore. Dwayne's Food Town prides itself on providing the choicest cuts of meat in their meat department, assuring they offer the freshest produce available, and providing the best value on every grocery item in the store. Stop in and discover for yourself the hometown service and attention that you deserve at Dwayne's Food Town, located at 375 South Main in Fillmore. Proud to support the Eagles this year.
Stevens Feed and Holden serves the surrounding communities in Millard County as well as farmers in central and southern Utah. They buy and sell alfalfa hay and can haul your hay to wherever it needs to go. You can be assured that you'll get the right price while receiving the service you deserve when buying and selling hay. The entire crew appreciates farmers and ranchers for their business over the years, and they're happy to contribute to the school and community as a sports booster. That's Stevens Feed and Holden, a proud supporter of Millard Athletics.
Miller's, Chevron, Subway, and Texaco are happy to support Millard High School. Not only can you stop in for top-quality gasoline and oil products, but you can fill up on snacks, goodies, and drinks. You'll also find their irresistible, world-famous fried chicken and potato logs. Miller's can also service your vehicle with mechanical service or a new set of tires. And dine in on delicious and healthy meal selections at Subway. That's Miller's, Chevron, Subway, and Texaco on the North I-15 interchange in Fillmore, proud to sponsor the player of the game.
The Fillmore City Mayor and City Council and staff members are excited about the Millard Eagles this sports season. They'd like to congratulate the Millard High School team members, the coaches, faculty, staff, and student body on a great season and wish them the very best in this year's playoff. The entire city fully supports education and athletics in molding the future leaders of our area. Fillmore City would like all involved to know that they're behind them 100%. Happy to be Millard Eagles Sports Booster. Fillmore City, go Eagles!
Where you live. People in rural towns should receive high-quality medicine just like those in big cities. Delta Community Medical Center and Fillmore Community Medical Center both provide the same quality care and advanced technology you'd receive if you drove to the city. What they do well. Intermountain's Fillmore Community Medical Center and Delta Community Medical Center. Healing for life.
Tasting notes for Carl's Jr.'s new fresh baked buns.
Kern River Gas Transmission wishes the Millard Eagles good luck this season and reminds everyone that damage from others digging into a pipeline is one of the main causes of pipeline failures. Never guess where a pipeline is located. Whether you're a farmer, rancher, or homeowner, if you plan to dig, call Blue Stakes to make sure all utilities are marked. Call Blue Stakes at 800-662-4111 or the new national 811 number at least 48 hours before digging. Kern River Gas Transmission Company reminds you to call before you dig. It's free. It's the law.
Watson, Dennis Aldridge, Delta Rapids defeated the Millard Eagles in a fun basketball game, 63-59 here in Fillmore. And just go through the scoring of the players for the Delta Rapids. Carson Brunson had 17 points, and he was 7 for 7 from the foul line in the second half. And Delta was 14 for 15 on the foul line in the game. They're fine foul shooters. And it's not like they didn't have the foul shots coming. It wasn't like the officials helped them in any way. Millard had to foul in the end of the game, and they just kept draining them.
Yeah, you can't get behind them late in the game and try to foul to get the lead back. They just shoot too well. At least the 2 games that we've played them, you know, they just shoot too well from that line.
8 points for Carson Fowles. Jaron Fowles, pardon me. 5 points for Jaden Fowles, 2 points for Hunter Fowles, 10 points for Saxon Day, and 21 for Logan Smith. And he's kind of the man that makes things work. And in the first half, when Millard was in that zone and he kept getting in those creases, you know, he hit 4 3-pointers, and it was like he kept them going there.
Millard did a better job in the second half of shutting that down, but then along comes Brunson, and that free throw line.
For the Millard Eagles, Austin Wardle had 3 points. Jeffrey Robinson had 20. Eric Alcala had 2. Garrison Beckstrand had 20 points. And that's something that should be happening off and on with him. He should be scoring 15 to 20 in the game.
The way he shoots, that's what they've been hoping for.
Kyler Rowley. Now, Kyler stepped up. He got 14 points tonight. He was a man inside. Just a couple of ones maybe he could have got, but a definite improvement for him.
He's gotten stronger every week inside, and not just his scoring, but the first half rebounding. He was a man among men, and the defensive presence and controlling himself and not getting into his situations that he can't handle. He's really improved.
He really has. And Millard now has to go to Beaver
on Wednesday,
and that'll be on KWUT. I think that's called the Wolf if you want to. And you can get that, I think, in Fillmore on 95.9.
93.7.
93.7. There you go. And I don't know if Channel 10 doing that. So Channel 10 is also doing that. You can always pick that up on the internet. So go to Channel 10 and pick that up. That's fun. And then the Beaver announcers will do that game, and then back here for the Kanab game, and Dennis will be with the Kanab announcer to do that game.
Ted Bernard.
And that'll be right here on this. And I don't know if Channel 10's doing that one or not, but we'll figure that out when we get to that far away. But it's been fun. We appreciate it. Fun game for the Millard Eagles. Players of the game, we could give it to Jeffrey Robinson. We've given him about every game, but we're gonna spread out a little bit this time with the other 2 players that stepped up and added tonight. Garrison Beckstrand with 20, and Kyler Rowley with 14. And we're going to give them also players of the game, and they'll get a 6-inch Subway from Miller Subway. Go out and get a great sandwich at Subway. They're good food, and those boys get a 6-inch sandwich, a chip, and a drink, and I'm sure they'll devour those without even thinking. So, not even a problem for them. Oh, congratulations to them. The Delta Rabbits will play at Kanab Wednesday, and then I think they have Beaver on Friday. So that'll be kind of the thing, the way it goes. I'm not positive about Delta's last game because it's not on my schedule, but we'll figure that out later. But anyway, congratulations to Delta. They're kind of battling in their good placement in the playoffs, and I think they're assured now they're in the playoffs for sure. So
they're in the playoffs. It's just a matter whether it's 3rd, 4th, or 2nd.
Exactly. So they're in the battle for that. So it's congratulations again. Delta Rabbits defeat the Millard Eagles by 4. This is Kerry Watson and Dennis Aldridge wishing you a very good evening.
You've been listening to exciting high school basketball action on South Central Utah sports leaders, Mid-Utah Radio and Centricom Channel 10. This sports broadcast has been brought to you by sports-minded sponsors throughout South Central Utah. Join us next time for more exciting high school basketball action on Centricom Channel 10 and Mid-Utah Radio.